Just bear with us just a second or two. There we go. Here we are again. This is Love Speaks Love for anybody that hasn't been here before, and I'm your host, Denise, and my lovely guest this week is Susanne Amara. Hi, beautiful.
Hello, hello.
And my apologies that we are a bit late. We just had a little bit of catching up to do there. So, okay. We just had a little bit of
Sorry, apologies. I thought I switched it down, but I switched it up.
I do that too. Okay. So normally when we start Love Speaks Love, we do a little heart-to-heart connect. And am I saying that already? It seems like I am. So there's stuff for me today around the jaw, the left side. I don't know which way this is showing on the camera, but this is the left side of my face. So I feel that something is going to come in this heart-to-heart connect, relating to the throat chakra as well. So normally we focus on the heart, but I have a feeling that there may be some throat stuff wanting to come through as well. Okay, so let us begin, and let us bring our awareness to our heart space in the center of our chest. And let us breathe love into our beautiful hearts. And on our out breath, let us release any old programs, beliefs, emotions that no longer serve us. And feel free to make whatever sound you like on your out breath. And as we breathe love into our beautiful hearts, feeling that love spreading all over our bodies, I am particularly focusing that love just now in my jaw, and feel free if there's any areas of your own bodies that you know just need that little extra bit of nurturing just now. Just intend that the love be focused there as well. And as we breathe love into our beautiful bodies, feeling that love going into every cell, going deep into the DNA. And feeling all of our hearts beginning to connect together. All of our hearts truly are connected, but just becoming conscious of that connection. So that's anybody that is with us live, or on the replay, or on YouTube. And you may feel that your heart is full. You may wish to beam that love into your aura, into your house, into your town. And I'm just feeling to say to any people, situation, or places on the planet where that is needed right now. And extending our heart awareness out to the heart of Gaia. So you may feel Gaia's energy coming up through your feet or your spine, or straight to your heart. And as always, feeling Gaia's gratitude for all of us, and her absolute recognition of all of us. And her gratitude for everything that we are and everything that we do. And extending that heart awareness out now to the heart of the sun. Feeling those beautiful solar energies, solar codes, moving into our hearts, into every cell of our bodies. And extending that heart awareness out to the heart of Source Creator. Prime Divine Being. And feeling the love from Prime Creator moving into our hearts, into every cell. And feeling all of our hearts beating as one in one unified field of love. And giving thanks and acknowledging the guardians and the ancestors of the lands that we find ourselves upon now. And I'm also aware just now of the beings from inner earth and feeling the presence of the elementals and a very strong presence, galactic presence too. And just acknowledging more deeply all those that have gone before us. And I just want to hand over to you at this point, Susanne, and just see if there's anything you wish to add just now.
Finding that sense of your center. Feeling the peace in the space of that center. And how that center can be a seed. It's a powerful seed that we all have to sow in every moment, every breath, every heartbeat, being that potential connection with one source, unity, love, the omnipresence of being. This is the time when we're moving into a space of self-actualization together. In these spaces and these moments, we amplify the potential through gratitude, through the graciousness of gratitude for this moment. So I invite you, or we invite you, to find that graciousness and gratitude in that seed. And together we amplify the love which we will create here in this conversation space today. Thank you. Thank you, Denise. Denise, you're muted. Unmute.
Thank you.
We want to hear you.
So I'm very aware of the connection right now between heart and throat and heart and womb space, and whether or not you have a physical womb, whether your body is primarily masculine or feminine, we all have an energetic womb space. And just feeling that connection just now between our heart, womb space, and throat. And I just getting an image of imagining roses a crystalline rose in our heart space, a crystalline rose in our womb space. And I'm seeing 3 in the throat space, 1 at the base of the neck and 2 at either side of the jaw, kind of just below the ears. And you may see them in different colors. I'm seeing a multitude of colors in these below the ears, primarily gold, but with rainbow colors too. Tiel aronokule kian uran, bahash dalalai it aranokuyet. And I feel there'll be more coding as the chat continues. Susanne, is there anything you want to add at this point?
There is a lot of energy. It's very, very strong cosmic, galactic, angelic energy with us right now. So just in case you're watching this and you're not used to the intensity of the energy, yeah, just be with this. It's very deeply healing, so it has a lot of healing potential for us this evening to really come in. And I feel also the sun discs as well. We've been working with the sun discs here in Egypt, so this might be something that's of interest, and dragon energy as well, the dragon lines and water. But it's all sort of coming together in the body to find our truth, to find our authentic expression, and to find that rainbow of diamond light, beautiful space of love that is expressing from our, or emanating from our bodies, the real codes now, unity codes, and we're moving into that space. So yes, there's a lot of energy, Denise. It came in actually with the jaw. It made a lot of sense because I always connect the jaw with a lot with the like crystalline skull, which is the plasma node sort of network in a higher state of architecture, and it's all the nodes of our teeth are connected to our bodies, but they're also connected in other ways as well, interdimensionally. So we're going to be clearing a lot from these places to do with communication. I've just knocked out my camera. I apologize. I'll sort that out while chatting.
Awesome. Okay, so if your eyes are closed, just opening them whenever you're ready. If you want to take a drink of water, then do that. And thank you everybody who's joining us. It's lovely, 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 lovely to see all of your names popping up. So, Susanne, where are you at the moment?
I am currently just at the base of the Giza Plateau in Cairo, in Egypt.
So, not very strong energy there, I'd imagine, like the veils are thick as.
I'm just your average day in Toy Town. Yeah, I've been here about a month now, about 10 days here in Cairo. And yeah, I've been on a very personal journey, so a soul journey, which has been building for a whole lifetime to remember who I am, and it hasn't disappointed at all. And also on a very deep land mission as well, with a big team of incredible human beings. So really bringing together, I would say lifetimes, many thousands of years of work for to converge here, and really just to feel this very deep connection that we have with our architecture, so with our genome, and the way we've expressed has been entropic. So we've been losing a lot of energy in various different ways and going around and repeating loops and patterns. And the shift is obviously to move out of this kind of trauma base that we've had and into a base that's got infinite light and fruit. It's just pure love. It just is pure love. And it's very significant because obviously as we come towards this point, everything's going crazy. And so Cairo is an amazing place to have this. And you can see why the whole plateau is basically a huge generator of energy. So it's not about a building or a chamber or a story or a god or a goddess. It's a whole cosmic battery. And it's linked with the water of the planet and with the systems of our body. So we're all inextricably processing an architecture which is enormous. And wherever you go here, you've got polarity blatantly on display. There's no veil. I'd say if the veil's there, it's basically non-existent at this point, or it's very thin. You can see everything here, and chaos. But the ultimate initiation is to find peace, isn't it? To find that peace and that center point and that stillness, even in the chaos. So for me, this has been a huge initiation and the most incredible learning curve of trust with the divine, with in just to just surrender yourself and your personal need or your personal wants and move your architecture into service for a broader sense. So that is yeah, I mean, I said I wasn't going to cry. I was like saying I'm not going to cry, I'm not going to cry. I might cry because it's humbling, very humbling. So yeah, it's been a deep journey here. We can share more about it, but broadly speaking, it's been like Indiana Jones on steroids. And really, really cool. Yeah, lots of beautiful people. Yeah.
So at the beginning, you were by the Nile.
Yeah.
So how was that? How was the energy of the Nile?
So when I first arrived, I'm going to speak honestly here. I'm not going to like sugarcoat anything. When I first arrived, I was very upset because I saw the level of pollution first. So coming from Luxor Airport, it was just like, you can't imagine how much plastic debris is now congregating around. It's everywhere. You sort of get used to it, but that was hard to witness firsthand in the rivers. So I was really upset, first of all, as I came across a service river and the whole like 4 miles long just polluted, with plastic. And then as I drove a little bit further, then the Nile appeared. And it was like, oh my God, it just took my breath away. Because it was the energy that hit me. It was just, I'd seen it from the air, but with my own eyes, it was like these eyes. So when you first see something, I think as a tourist, maybe in the past, this would have all passed me by. I'd have been in a very different sharing. When I saw the Nile through these eyes, I remembered all the other times I'd see the Nile with different eyes. And they were just all there with me. All the bodies, they were all there. And so many. And the reverence, so many little jigsaw pieces just in the car. This was like in 10 seconds, maybe, just boom, it was here. So spending time over like the adventures I've been on, reconnecting mostly with the land and the Nile, various different ways, that has been reconnecting my body. So my body's been reconnecting. So I'm doing things with the water and I'm reconnecting my body. I'm walking with the land and remembering, and my body feels reconnected. My DNA's opened. I've become softer. My intuition has changed again. And yeah, it's just like really alive. That's what I would say, is for all of the things that top layer where we're in lots of polarity, like it could be bad, it could be distorted, it could be all these things. You move through this and then everything turns into love. And you feel that is present in all things. So even the plastic is source energy. Everything is, and you begin to see how we've created the crazy story. It's just there, and the water is significant. So the first connection with the Nile was essential for me to remember the sacred waters that we once had, the fertile waters of the land. It's really the central fertile plane of the spine of the world. So it's, yeah, there's nothing really that can prepare you when your heart connects with the Nile, because the Nile kind of takes you, the it's not really being, but the collective of that water, which is alive, just comes inside, and then you start to feel like you are the Nile, you are flowing like that, and the songs come, and you know, sing and connect with it, and it's different at night and in the day, and it's just so lovely. But everybody will have their own journey. I think that's the thing that I'm realize. I think everybody just has such personal journeys here, and some of them are very surface and they don't matter, but for some people that I've met, in fact a lot of people, you know, it's really, really life-changing. To see things, see buildings which are alive, watch portals open in front of you with your eyes wide open, you know, where can that happen? All the other things that happen when you trust. So that first time in the Nile was in Luxor, which is Thebes, which was the original capital of the Nile. So they built a lot of the buildings here, like New Kingdom buildings that are old stuff as up in Cairo, but this place, very quickly I realized as I walked in the Luxor temple was the first place I went, like the first building I went to, temple, and just from the first day I couldn't rationally explain what I was seeing. So, and it was on a new level, like it was so deep inside, like I already knew. So something in my body already knew. Well, of course it knew, because it's done this many times and on many planets, and I understand the technology. But you don't want to think that you do you? Because you are taught that you can't do this. And when you realize that there's just so much more than what your eyes can, or what you think your eyes can see, or what you think your body can feel, or how open can your heart be, how soft, how humble can you be, and irreverent to the land, that it's not about what you take, it's nothing about what you take, it's about what you are. Then it opens, but it's what you have to become. You have to become the living architecture of source. You have to like release those personal, this is what I want, and you're not in control of that, what you want there. And when you do, then that's what I have been consistently sharing, is the miracle. But here it's every day, and it's available, and it's living, and it's here to really show us. So sorry it's a long answer, but it's just was very significant change for me. It was a life shift coming and seeing the Nile before anything else. So it was connecting with the waters and connecting with the land was the shift, and everything else just comes as a result of connecting with the elements.
Yeah, that was deeply profound for me as well when you sent me the photo, that first photo of the Nile, and it was just looking golden. I think, you know, the sun was setting and there wasn't much in the photograph to say it was the Nile. Like in one way it could have been any water, but the feeling from that, and the like, yeah, I don't even know how to put it in words, but it was like a woof. You could just feel the energy coming into your body. And it's interesting what you say about the pollution as well, because in some ways the energy feels very, very clear despite the pollution as well. Like it feels like it kind of feels like both. You can
Well, it
feel
is.
the impurity there, but you can feel that pristineness as well.
Yeah, well, that's just the polarity, isn't it? I mean, literally, you know, you can watch demons walking around here. You know, you can see the complete darkness. It's on display and it's not hidden. And you can see the absolute source and the magnificence of the whole sort of plan, if you like, or I don't know what to call it, the architecture of the universe. And it's a choice. So I think that's just, I mean, it's just a simple answer for me. All of it is a choice. Like, what do you choose? Do you choose to love, to truly love, or accept love, and honor everything in creation as source, or just choose what you think is convenient, or choose what you is going to satisfy your need in that moment? This is the place where you can learn that. So the 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 poverty, if you like, or the things which are not comfortable sometimes, you know, there's lots of things which aren't comfortable here in Cairo, especially in Giza, because there's, you know, there's things with animals, there's things with children, there's professional begging children that are 4, 5 years old, and lots of things which would be very hard for people. But in it all is also a perfection, and a beauty, because we know that we're here to deliver and birth our unity. So we have to learn from what we've created, surely. And this is just like a living display of everything, in a weird way. I've had this. I mean, it's like this in other energy centers. I don't think it's unique, but here it's so strong. You can see it in the sky, the way the clouds form. We've seen light ships, openly seen light ships. They're not even hidden. So it's just like such an initiation, but and the most beautiful one, because you can't walk around and be naive. Here there is a real opportunity to open your inner eye and embrace everything, and choose in every breath that, do I fear? Because everything comes to you, all of your distortions, because the energy here is so strong. If you've got distortions, they're going to be like manifested straight away and in there. And all of the initiations in the temples, particularly here where there's confinements of space, for example, or darkness, compressed kind of energies as you move through things, it can trigger insecurity. It can trigger all kinds of weird things that go on in your head, where you would quieten or soften it, but here you can't soften it or quieten it. It will just stay loud until you notice it. So in a way, you know, lots of us kind of ask for this, but we don't really want it because we're scared we're not going to make it, or we might not be strong enough or good enough, or all the silly things that we say. But really, what I've experienced is just absolute support from every possible corner of the universe and creation. So yeah, it's sometimes I feel like I'm talking too much because there's a lot to convey, but really it's simple, is fear or love, and they're both dualistic energies, and we're kind of somewhere in the middle. And where you get to, you're not really choosing fear or love. We have both, and we're in the middle, and we are like the balance point. So when we stop saying we've got to choose fear or love, we can accept that those things are there and these things are here, but we're in the middle, and that is the slipstream where source is able to move through us, and we become the expression of source, because we're not then putting our mind and will on what we are, we're just accepting it. And this place is like the most magical place when you go in there and you stay in there, because all the things reveal to you, the codes reveal once you're there. So it's a very, very beautiful place, and ancient origins. There's just been so many things. I could probably make 10 documentaries about what's happened.
10 documentaries, 10 books.
10 books, yeah. Amazing people as well, just acknowledging that it's the people I've met as well, and that have facilitated some of these things, because some of the things have needed physical organisation, and people have stepped forward and stepped up to do that as well.
And
so
that's,
yeah.
I was just going to say, that's a really beautiful trust. I don't want to say lesson, but it's a real dwelling within that space of trust, like trusting that the right people are going to come along and, you know, get you into sacred sites at times where there's no people there, and whatever it is that you're meant to be doing, that, you know, the divine is supporting you in, you're totally supported. You know, it's like when I went to New Zealand after Australia and was always held. I didn't even know when I was in one place where I'd be going next and who with, but all the time just being open to that support and letting yourself receive it.
So many codes coming in, Denise. My ears are just going crazy right now.
I will just repeat before we start on this, because I'm feeling it too. And I saw from the comments that I'm not the only one that's been feeling this. So for me at the moment, there's been a lot going on, really kind of at the back as well, at that point, but particularly, it's all kind of throat chakra, but some of it is kind of going above throat chakra as well. But particularly jaw, and this is my left side. And I've been working a lot for a good while on the right side, on my, you know, if we're still looking at the body in that way, in the masculine, but this feels like the feminine side. So this started for me on the 2-2 gateway, and it felt that it had a lot to do with really getting to the deepest points in our bodies, that where the energy still needs, you know, lifting or shifting. It's often the deepest stuff that is really coming up now, because we've all done a lot of work already. So a lot of the stuff that's still coming up is like, you know, to greater and greater depths of these things. And it was interesting being part of an amazing ceremony that night before I went to sleep. And then I woke the next day and everything felt fine. I was quite surprised. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I had a gorgeous visit yesterday from 5 dear sisters, 3 that I know already, but and 2 that I met yesterday. So Jo Hem and Anishka, who I've met in person before, but there was also Nicola Russell, who I've not met before, but we've done stuff together. And Shauna, I think I've got that. I think it was Shauna. I don't think it was Shawnee. And Alenka as well. And this was their first stop from Roslyn Chapel. So they were going down south, and this was like a halfway point. So they called in for a cup of tea on the way down. And I've been working with crystalline rose energy a lot recently, and especially in my garden. There's been a rose crystalline portal created in the garden. And I knew at some point that I want to be burying some rose quartz in the garden, especially around there. And I remember that I got these little crystalline roses last time I was in Glastonbury. So at least 3 of those are going to be buried there. But it just felt very poignant that these sisters, really, this was they have stopped at other places, but this was, you know, one of the stops on the way after Roslyn Chapel. And a lot of the work I do is with the rose lines of the planet. So it felt like confirmation about the rose work that I've been doing. And so we huddled in the garden with 3 of these crystalline roses in the center of our circle. And they downloaded the codes that they'd picked up, and we kind of all in the circle were sharing our codes that we all have together. And after they left, this started picking up again. So I knew that it was something that it was relevant to that work that we were doing. And I feel it may not be only the Rose Sisterhood energy that this is linked to. And the way that I've been working with this has been really interesting. I've been singing a lot and finding the notes that make that side of my face vibrate and sticking with those notes a lot more, and making sounds that I don't think I've ever made. So when you suppress your tears and it goes into your lungs, it goes into your jaw, goes into all those places. And when we suppress not just our tears, but the way that we sob, the sounds that we make. So all those sounds that I haven't made at those times, those really kind of, those wails, those disturbing sounds that we don't normally allow ourselves the time to do. I've been really doing those, along with, many, many actions in my body. And it's felt very hot and almost angry. And part of me in the past would have wanted to cool that down, but I knew that wasn't the right way to deal with this, that it just actually needed to come out. Is there anything else to share on that? And even I can actually feel a lightness in that area already just from speaking it here and from acknowledging it too.
I've got something to share about that, Denise. When you said about the voice, that I was just going, because it's spot on. So I don't want to go into the story of it, but the energy of it was important. So this is about the sisters as well. This is about our Rose sister energy as well, and the things that we carry. Doesn't matter masculine or feminine, we've sort of come out of that a little bit and just say it's an energy. I visited a site here at Saqqara. I had no idea what I was walking into, because that's the best initiation when you haven't got a clue. And I was with my sisters, which are here. We've done a lot of work together. And as I was going down into this thing, it's called the Seraphim. Some people might know what that is. And there's a story with it, but essentially it's a giant cosmic battery. And it's very advanced architecture, cold fusion plasma energy system that work with the water and actually on with the earth. Now, I didn't know this. So as I'm going down into the chambers, I'm feeling all this energy in the teeth. It was right. Like all my teeth were really vibrating. My jaw was vibrating. My skull was vibrating. It was all stuck energy, like really deep. Like I can't explain it or articulate it very easily. But once I got the first one, I felt a little bit weird, because these are massive, like 3 by 4 meter granite chambers. I'm trying to use neutral words. Chambers, and very heavy, with no room where they could have been dropped in or manipulated in, they're to be atomized in. So I was feeling very uncomfortable, and I got to the third one, and exactly what you said, I start to let out sounds and wails and cries coming from somewhere, I'm not sure, another time. And it was going through my body. So my body had never been able to make those sounds through it. And it was, to cut a long story short, a big memory coming of grief. And frequently we get things like the fall or separation and things, and it had to come from the soul. It had to come from the Godhead, really. It was from the Godhead. And when it came, my body was going into meltdown. And what happened, this is significant for us because we can all draw on the codes for this, was the sisters that we've got here, I don't know them all, I haven't been friends with them for years, some of them I've just met. They intuitively knew, including one, it was the first time we met, they intuitively knew to surround me. and literally keep me upright and hold me through the breathing and the release of this energy, because it was one and all, and it was intuitive. So this is where we're drawing on the codes here, because even if we're on our own doing this, you're not on your own. We're just not on our own. So lots of people on here might be suddenly having all these kinds of things happening and going, and it's like, well, we're in a collective. So we can just draw on the codes, and we can draw on we can feel like almost like parts of ourselves, which will be sisters surrounding us, you know, or family surrounding us, angels. It doesn't matter what it is, because it's just us. And that gives us support. And in the physical sense, that release was essential. So whatever it was about the sound that you shared, for me, that had already happened, and it showed me to trust those deep sounds, you know, the ones like the wails, the moans. We're afraid to release. It's like, I don't want to release because I'm going to make a lot of noise, or I'm going to break down, or it's going to be too much, or I might explode the world if I let this go. The universe might explode. I might explode. It's just, that's all the things that went through my head. I'm off the wall. So but it might be things that go through your head too. So it just is so significant, and this is where it's stored, all here in the teeth and the jaw, because it's linking to the nodes of the crystalline plasmic kind of array that we really are, whatever that true divine intelligence is that we really are.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. So just feeling into the silence now, and just asking what is to be shared next. Okay, so anybody watching as well, you know, this, as Susanne says, this is the time for all of us to be putting our codes and our frequencies into this space. Oreiad ad anamorad koi ilekia brna it orad ko ilekiat ona kulekia an mo oi hoi isht mad et ernekia bor lokuya tana kiele molekia tana est oi a. And just feeling into our hearts and feeling those beautiful, beautiful heart emotions, feeling compassion, forgiveness, love, and joy. Korintare takeki kileki kodon maratikitika paratikitika ui. Hole karadikita paratikitika radikutika umpiato to dia. Hole kia anata to onata but eat ui tanaa. Kole kia han atodoran nipi titituteta a. Kole kia harana kepa at onora tikitiki kititukitika ora tikitiki. Alama kara tukutukutuk ora tikitika at ora. Ui nakarada te ora tikita apara tikitiki kiki ko ullo. Ula hala parana ki dur tukutikita da a. Mahala kera no kura tiki kera tukutototototona. And just honoring all those that have gone before, all those across all dimensions of space and time, and whether they have been housed within a masculine or a feminine body. This is the release of those unspoken words. And it's also the release of the energy for those who have been persecuted for sharing their words. And I'm just being shown again the images of the roses. So I'm seeing more roses now. So big roses where the jaw meets the ear, but I'm seeing several smaller roses all the way down the chin and down the neck and down to the heart. And then a line of roses going from the heart down to the womb. the womb space, the energetic womb space. Kia arano hoi it ora na paradiki it ora. Kala haradiki ora na kora te paradiki te ora te kitiko na paradiki te kitiko. Hol e ha no ni poro inya he ele he ato o hia to orna ki pa a ole kia han it arana kia at or te ka a. Ole hiant an ar leran uia to ono. Ko le kia to oran darma te 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 to dara to kuturu. Ole varada ki te paradiki. Hui hala he arana he e le arano hui aton. Hui le arana yo tono koist. Hale arano i to orana mo ui ta 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 a e kuto ona. Over to you, Susanne.
Taona tututu iki a wasuma mataku iki a turututu tika ratatatata ratakata iki tutututuru tukuku iti ara matakosha ya maso tabatu prona patua kakiwa mapatua ke tausa eu ru marikikikita taratatata ratatatata Sexua keua mai heua yama wahuma heua heua hema hema we hewe hewa hema hewe hema we sai we he asoya we oya he ya ma hewe Tua yoa hong wa hua wa ya wa mai we Hena ya wa mai ya wa he we hia he we se Su tu umateka eshama esha eka ea umpama eka taha ena raka ena ana sahe te pe ese hi te ai Edavena su eka wa sava Mare hi so taren nasturiki ki suiki awai ilawai sei umawa se ayama huwe se uama ye kupayawa ayawa yama waya huwe saumahas Avaraya so Maya Hel Harjen Hendrik onshmet welkom door het OVC. Ayana, yana, 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 sha, 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 ta 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 ta. Nun ta 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 kuto to to kuto to 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 kuto to. Ara ta 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 kuto fushkri to 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 to. Ora no to to to. Oh shoku to 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 ko ye ta 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 ta. Rutta ta ta ta. Mannu matata. Yes, 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 yes.
O hiad oren tiach hiod ort ga. Ista it ornikia. Holekiat ut oya. Babai iteran to it oretaka. Bita. Kier no koretaka meleki it adarat kudo papa. Husht. Hoi. Ja. En ohi it ai. Nyt het oit it a. Ko nahi paradikita paradia. Ui no korod. Stai la no koya. Bai it no ko it at paratikita petata. Ekata pakete o ta paralaki to la pakata ta. O me ha ta to la pakete to to katata. Ya oh yeah. And just feeling yourself held in the arms of the Divine Mother. Kialehiad o no yata. Makaist or nipai. Heist ayana kana kolekia. Me boy it oyeno maka meta. But it aratiki to rotoko no patatata. Murgalaki anatot oya. Oye ashtai ala inokoya kata ay. Oela enohrono koya. Est at oina. Mekia lehiat oro. Oya no. Yalao. Mialei. Yanao. Ashloyet aronokuya. Berentoyal eanokuya. Vesta. Uyana. Kulekiast oran. Mit it kuya. Yala noi yamano mista kulekiana dornai tetetina kait oya tata.
It feels this could easily turn into one of our activations. Because I can feel that energy really congregating around the back of the neck and moving down into the spine. And that rose energy is very strong, crystalline energy. It's like it's spiraling in on itself, so it's very easy for clearing this, whatever we're giving sort of here as an indication. We've got this as a gateway inside. It's really clearing. So this is really about the stuck energy that we kind of, that stops us when we swallow our words. And we perhaps if somebody's like pushing energy, or something feels like it's pushing and we stay silent, it's little things, not necessarily big things, and we push them, it pushes it in at the back of the neck. I can really feel that's really the codes that we were bringing, and really releasing that space to bring that through the voice. And also I felt deeper, like you say, it's more going deep now into the womb, and those words want to come up and be spoken again. So the womb for me is like the star architecture, as well as being the fertile space. It's also got the star maps. These are really, so the universal communication, the divine, not through the voice, is to find your voice, not just release the sounds which have been stored, but find your divine voice. Find what that is, you know, whatever it might be. It might be silence. It could just be like, there's no word coming out of the voice, but there is a speaking of the soul energy, an emanation of that energy. So it felt like that was important, because we can vomit energy as well without speaking. So this is all clearing. That rose energy is very potent as well. It's very potently held energy. Felt like it was with the earth as well, and the water was working as well, which is holy waters. Shukurakiano shadow kayano safrako tarazuna karakiat korukian shukurko arak esh toto no korutko eat aron indar. And this is all tied in with the solar rishi discs as well, which is a part of really finding the fire energy within as well, and that's transmutational energy as well. Shurana share.
And I feel that we store the new codes here too. That's, I'm sure it's not the only place, but that's what I'm feeling, that we've got the distortion in there, but we've also got the pure communication codes, the pure source codes. And it's part of the architecture as well. This is part of creating the new grids. It's part of creating the new crystalline earth.
It's more like sound for me. I feel like everything's like notes on a piano, but the piano is not anything that we can really conceive of, because it's multi-dimensional. But that type of sounding is what we have in, you know, it's not like the word. We've had like, you know, holy books and things which have been written, and actually the architecture of this stuff that we call knowledge, it has been useful, but also it's held us prisoner. It's really stopped us from growing and moving out of a lot of service to self-provision. So all of this informational fields which are in our body, the architecture is universal, and it's in every single photon. It's a, you know, subatomic particle contains everything. So if it congregates in a pattern, it's there just to show us something and help us, but it's really just available everywhere at all times in every way. And to actually become less, like, we've been very focused on the body, and this is right, we're still clearing, you know, we're in that phase, but we will reach an end to this phase. And at that stage, the phase of that stage, it's an emanation, like all information is everywhere. All, and it just comes in, and we don't have to hold on to it. There's no process and no book. The word becomes unbinding. There's no binding of the word anymore. It's a free architecture. It's an infinite architecture. So I don't know where this is coming from. For anybody that doesn't know me, this stuff just comes out, and I'm not really saying I can make a claim to anything, but that's my feeling, because we're clearing this, because we're kind of been bound by it as well. Like everything means something, you know, like, or the teeth mean something, or the heart chakra means something, or the throat chakra means something. And I know this might trigger people, but I'm going to speak it because it's our undoing is to come to divine everything in every space, in every way, that everything is source. And so therefore the same potential rests in all parts of our body. Every cell, every proton, every element is the same. It's a beautiful thought, isn't it, really, to just lock in that when we're clearing, we can move through this eventually, because we are still clearing. We're human. Very, very embodied process this is.
So partway through while you were speaking, I was getting a lot of sensations in my womb space. So my hands are just kind of like it's like my hands are wrapped around my womb at the moment and just holding that area. And yeah, there's more that wants to come through specifically for this, but it's also to do with the connection between womb space and throat. I'm very much feeling the presence of the water energy as we do this. Barnia toro o papata anna tata ara to put ut. Belle hera to kura na mahat te paratikita 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 or tikita. Balla paratikite paratikut I'm feeling that energy going all the way up and beyond the throat, all the way up to the crown, and seeing a huge golden rose now at the crown. Facing up to the cosmos. And feeling that huge connection to the cosmic womb. And we're all connected to the cosmic womb through our energetic womb space.
The forgiveness of this as well, because we all came through the womb of the mother. There's so much pain in that fall when we first come into the human body from spirit. That this is our voice as well. It's all the same. Like that first architecture is to free ourselves from that space and then just reclaim our divine space and forgive the mother, give the womb with the mother and the waters, the holy waters that we bathe in, to really invert that in ourselves and take that original divine architecture into our waters to bring it through. Ushare osara halera shuraina shadikiara kuya varoi shikia. Harave o ye sarun. Harum Aisha is our shower so down Sabarano, Aura or Shain, Aroa Saya, Eshua Savero, Savera. It's like, you know, and there's just those parts that want to be held, that just want to be held by the Divine Mother, and just like have your hair stroked and just feel that on your face. If it feels appropriate, just kind of just feel that energy, because that's what's going to come out. It's just being caressed as if the holy wing is around you. Ea Ashea, Ashuram, Sukarum, Irum, Sumpare, Devend Ea, Enturum, Punteve, Inshana, Era, Enkuram, Afal, Ei Ente Yashin, Inham Aro, Ayo, Eram Amosue, Quasukaye, E Unted Veni, Giata Ea, Inkua, Asevi, Shin, Ianshin, Ionshan, Iai, Ian, Anayan, Yahian, Ahen, Yanain, Su, Seashe, Sesh, Su.
And if anybody
Holy
feels that
breath,
they,
holy breath
yeah,
of love coming right through you.
if anyone feels like they need to make the most foul sounds, whatever, you know, just in case this is, as part of this, there is stuff that wants to release, then please just allow yourself to do so. Sometimes even doing it silently, there's so much, you can get a lot of force from like, you know, a lot of quiet sounds like that really can come from deep. And I'm getting the nudge to say that some people may feel like they almost want to birth something, like they want to like bed down and kind of birth something from the womb space. So please just allow yourself to to do whatever you need to do. You might want to dance, or you might want to stamp your feet, or just have a little tantrum, or, you know, whatever. Shake your body as well.
Shake, yeah, and shake the pelvis as well. Please, please, please shake your pelvises. Please move and vibrate your hips and your pelvises, and dance and move and lie down, without being graphic. Spread your legs, get your hips moving, and let that energy move, because this is your life force, starting to ignite as well, and it has to move. If it's the first time, those sounds are so healing. We carry so much shame, don't we? I mean, I think me and Denise have shared a lot on this, that we carry so much shame around the sounds, men and women. We're just so ashamed of making noise, and especially those deep grunting, moaning sounds that sound like a dead cat, getting tortured or something. That's so healing. It's healing energy that's coming out. And those voices, when they come, sometimes they're pained. So they're aspects of your soul and your body that became disconnected because of trauma and dissociation and things. And sometimes it's not just from this life, it's from lots of different parts, but they're all coming here. And sometimes we have to voice that through the body, and it can sound very strong. Denise has done some great lives where she's brought some really strong light language. This is brilliant for clearing, so that we're so afraid to be strong, especially I think as women. When we bring those like deep languages, like we're just like, oh, am I possessed? It's like, no, you're not possessed. It's an aspect of you that needs to find a voice. And if we do it with love, compassion, this is healing. It's healing. So finding these spaces, I do think that when I did that, my teeth went, oh. So I think maybe that's part of and maybe what we're sharing here is that your body is an instrument. And just as I'm in Giza here with the sound instruments of the world, so is your body an instrument, and it wants to be activated now to become alive. So when things come out, don't be ashamed of them. Just love them. Love yourself and love other people when they're releasing as well.
And just to add to that, to get the toxic primal face on as well, you know, snarl, show your teeth, like just let the primal out, like, you know, really just do it. You don't have to look at yourself in the mirror, but if you happen to, you'll probably just laugh so much, which is an awesome release as well. But yeah, just let the primal out.
Beautiful, isn't it, when we really like thought it's a joy to share this, because we're so beautiful human. It's so beautiful. If we can find our voice, we also find the joy as well, the creator, the creation zone, and our voice is open and our heart's open and the body opens, and when we all dance, we're actually like creative beings. And when we do it together, it creates harmonic resonance fields, and this is the new technology. I guess that's partly why we're doing this sharing just now, is because I was with we think that we're going to reactivate the pyramids, don't we? Like sometimes I think that's what we think, we're going to get all these pyramid things working. But my download, my big thing here in is what I'm realizing is, this is it's like an ancient technology. It's beautiful, but you know what? We are the technology. It's us. Yeah, it really is. And when we get together and we do all this dancing and singing and stuff, we think is, you know, it's actually creative. So that's where we're going, is we're going to create our world and our technology through our hearts. And so the releasing of all this stuff is just our birthing, isn't it? Just that it's beautiful.
I would love, while we're on the call together, to connect all of our energies with Egypt and where you are as well. So now you're like a lightning rod. You're like, your feet might not be directly in the ground at the moment, but your energy is. So you are emanating the energy of Egypt and all the places that you've been, the codes that you've been sharing and receiving as well.
Something in with that as well that's important is where I've been. So there are certain key things that I can emanate because of where I've been and what I've done, and we'll show them about that, I'm sure. But certainly about grounding into the body, so the earth, in the centre of the earth. So I've been down in the subterranean chamber of the Cheops and really got that connection down into the earth to stop me from going out on my body while I'm holding a lot of energy, because I think this is what we're scared of as well over time. So this could be a really lovely transmission. And the waters, just all of the water architecture of not just the Nile, but all of the ways the water's been used. It's the same in South America, you know, it's all over the world. That wonderful technology of the water is crystalline and it's intelligent and it's alive in us. So to ignite that as well, the holy water that we are, and not be afraid of it, because I've been afraid of speaking for too long about divinity. Really what I've been experiencing and just playing it down a little bit and not finding my voice, but this place has really showed me to find my voice now. I think many of us feel like this. It is our time to start sharing. So if you're feeling like that, amazing. We would love to hear your voice and feel that as a planet as a body of light. That's the point, is we create it. Created. I'm just looking at the comments there to see if anybody had put anything on there. It's a lot about clearing, isn't it?
And I think I just do invite us to bring our awareness to our heart space again, and just feel that connection that you have with both of us here, to Susanne being where she is in that energy hotspot, and it is reminding us of our unity, of us all being one. Susanne's there, we're all there. But just breathe into your hearts and you might not feel anything, and that's okay. Or you might have the sensation of these codes and frequencies in your body now.
It's just like a tuning fork. So I'm in my pillar, basically, and I'm emanating the sounds or the architectures in it, and you are just a tuning fork. Or I'm a tuning fork, that's it. And then you can pick them up in what resonates, what's harmonic, what's uniquely beautiful for you in this moment. And it might be different tomorrow, or if you listen to it again and receive something different. And there's no expectation of this, it's just letting go, being open. Just really breathing into your body, feeling your body coming in, because a lot of us are out, so coming in can sometimes challenging. Having the courage to really feel those parts which are numb, maybe they're missing, and this energy will really help to open those spaces so you can really be in your body and really feel the spaces. Just being here now, inviting presence, so no wandering around, coming back gently. Maybe breathing into the edges. I'll just send it back to you, Denise, and I'll keep just holding this energy now.
Yeah, I'm seeing a huge octahedron around my body. I'm feeling the octahedron in my heart too. And you may be aware of different geometries. I'm seeing a circle around the outside octahedron as well, a sphere. And I feel like I'm seeing the earth and her light network. And it's really beautiful. It's like new lines are being formed, new lines from the nodal points. Lines are coming off and meeting with other nodal points around the planet. And I wonder if you would like to, Susanne, if you'd like to share the Unity code as well, if you're feeling that.
Yeah, just give me a minute.
Yeah.
in fact, so I can actually operate a computer. I haven't quite mastered the art of going in between too much yet.
And just a reminder for everybody to drink some water as well.
Okay, so I'm just going to share the Harris Gamma's code, which is without explanation, really. Probably go into lots of things, but it's just love, really. This was from the 22222 gateway.
And I'm not feeling to say an awful lot about this either. I'm just
One is significant. This is this is the merging, really. So we have the masculine and the feminine, and then here we've got the Harris-Gamic union. So it's bridged with the spirit. So this is a base 12 architecture bridged with the swan. So it's now merged. So that's the union, the trinity. It's everything sort of comes from that, but we don't need to say anything. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, that's a few hours of gazing at that one to really see all the detail. Thank you.
Yeah, it's growing. It's been coming for this code has been, it didn't just arrive, and this has been a gradual evolution. So these sorts of big quartz codes, like the Sword of Unity, and this one, they came in different aspects, and each one had to be embodied, and there was a period. So it's been coming in since August, since the Lionsgate. That's where it started in Avalon, in the house, the Magdalene, a rose. So it's all perfect. It's all beautiful. The swans came. I think, did we share that in the live? We might have, but basically I was at the base of the tour in the floodplain, and the swans came and gave me their original code. And in the Lionsgate, instead of bringing a lion, I was bringing swan codes. And of course it's all played out. So it's a perfect architecture for now, because it will continue to grow as well. I feel this code will end up being really big, like a huge sort of a summary of our transitional time. It's just the beginning. So I see this code as being absolutely huge in the end. It's a map. It's very lovely to feel honoured to bring this to Earth.
And is there anything else that you want to share about the magic of where you are, and the magic of the happenings? I know some will be shared later down the line.
You know what? What this is all teaching me is life. Life is magical. We can suffer, can look at what's going on right now in the story box. People suffer. Things don't always go our way, We don't always get the game, we don't always get the win. Things fall. Sometimes we transition. There's all sorts of things happen. This is a living matrix. But love endeavors. It's eternal. It's here all the time. And I would say that it's not that you're striving for anything, it's what you become. So that has to come from a place of trust. It's essential that we trust and we let go. It's those 3 words that were given right at the very beginning of this crazy journey in 2012. Just keep emanating the same things again and again, like trust and let go. How deeply can you trust? How deeply can you let go? And it's not easy. It's challenging as anything. It's gnarly. And this is what this place is. That's what I was trying to say, is this is a living place where it's a living initiation of everything. And I think that is the beauty. Oh, sorry, the screen's just all gone into light. I just thought I know what it looks like to people. How can it be? How can you have this bliss, or like blissful state? It's not blissful every moment. It's challenging sometimes, but when you can see the place through the eyes of acceptance, it's like every part that everyone's playing is essential, even the parts that don't look healthy. It's taking us through a huge initiation as a planet, and not just the planetary body is doing it as well, and the galactic body is doing it, and actually the multi-universal body is doing it, because we are everything. We're the creators. And when it dawns on you, then it's just a playground, but we're not controlling it, because that's the difference, is that we used to be creators and we control and manipulate. That's service to self. So we can sit in service to self and say, oh, I need to have personal abundance. I need to fix this. I need to make this right. This is where you learn that is self-serving. And what we're actually here to do is come into a higher architecture. And at that point, you start to vibrate and live, and here all the buildings come alive and the land comes alive and starts to show you all the, like living in a Harry Potter or something. But it's real, it's all real. And I would say you either think you're crazy and do more due diligence. Avalon's like this as well, isn't it? When we go to Avalon, it can be the same, but it's on steroids here. And there's adventures to be had, and it's magical. If you can step out of the story and trust your body, it will show you the way. So our body is you always think it's out of your body, like it's some god or guide or spirit, or we've just been taught it's in a book or it's in a modality or it's out there. But here you learn that it's actually all here, and your body will take you, your legs will walk you, your hands will point somewhere, your body will show you. The architecture of creational force will present people in front of you to show you the way, literally just bump into you on the street and show you something. And there's so much I could share about how that has happened, to every day illustrate this, to the miracles where we've got, a few hundred people co-creating at one time and everyone's in synergy. That's the first time I felt this in a human body. It feels quite amazing. And also the real time when there's a block, where we've had something where some things would appear to have gone wrong. It hasn't gone wrong, it's just creating in a different way. And instead of us going into, oh, there's a problem, this is an opportunity. So there's some really big changes that we can make in the way that we are, that can really help us move now, rather than going into those cycles of blame and push-pull, where we're seeing everything and feeling it. And when we feel it, the universe just presents there and there and there. So this is what I feel, this is what this place is. It's just a magical space to learn and be humble. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to share more. I'm sharing it in a journey at the moment with people pretty much off social media, because it's too strong for social media. So we're in a space that's a little bit more energy based for doing that. So yeah, it's beautiful.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Susanne. This has been an awesome chat. And thank you to everybody who's been with us, all the humans that have been with us live, and also feeling the presence of those on the replay and on YouTube. This will be put onto my YouTube channel, which is Inner Peace with Denise, and also Susanne's YouTube channel, which is Raw Ascension.
The Light Evolutionary.
Sorry, the Light Evolutionary, wrong one.
Right.
And thank you to all the beings of light. I feel their presence beneath us, still in the inner earth, all the elementals all around us and in inner earth, and all the galactics and the angels.
Yeah,
all those.
I'd like to acknowledge my collectives as well, the Amethyst Order, angelic. I will say it's so beautiful and real honour to come in with the collective, be here. We're afraid to say these things, so just really acknowledging that we are that. It's beautiful. So the angels for me is a state of being.
And all of our
Yeah.
multidimensional aspects.
All of it.
It's yeah, we're all a team. Okay, anything else that you wish to share before we sign off?
No, just the gratitude. It's like amplifying it. We're just amplifying it here, aren't we? With the gratitude for it all. I really honour it. Our families, our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our brothers, our daughters, our sons, the seeding and all the gold that we have in every moment. So that is really our prayer, and that it is felt in every way, and one and all.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. And it's been a pleasure, Denise, as well, to come from Egypt to share with you. Gosh, what an honour. Yeah, there's more to come as well. This is just the kind of beginning phase for me of, so we've got so much more, haven't we, that's coming through as we lighten. I know this has been slightly longer than normal, but lovely to have me on Perfect Love. Yeah, thanks, Denise.
Yeah, no, it's an absolute pleasure. And there may well be another before you leave, so we'll just see how it goes and go with the flow. Alrighty. So one big thank you, Susanne, thank you everybody. Love, 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 love. And if you feel to share this out to places that might be open to the to the wackiness, then thank you. Alrighty. Love, 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 love. Bye bye.